What you're seeing here is the telltale signature, the chemical fingerprint of water vapor in these atmospheres.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 biggest scientific discoveries of 2022.
Can you imagine you're just doing your mining work and then there's a baby woolly mammoth?
Well, and you know, you're in Canada and it looks like an elephant.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most amazing things we learned through scientific research this year. Are there any we missed? Tell us in the comments. Number 10. Brain cells playing video games. We've come a long way in manufacturing human organs in the lab, and that includes brain cells. Scientists at Cortical Labs in Melbourne created a mini brain by growing human and mouse brain cells and connected it to a game of Pong via electrodes. The brain was provided with information as to where the ball was in relation to the paddles. In 5 minutes, it had learned how to play, albeit not very well. Its rate of contact was much better than just random chance, though.
Brain cells can adjust their activity to perform a specific task, and when provided with feedback, they can learn to perform that task even better.
Cortical has called it the first sentient lab-grown brain. Insert your own Skynet joke here.
Judgment Day is inevitable.
Number 9. A new galaxy.
Spotting the first generation of stars and galaxies has been a holy grail in astronomy.
On April 7, 2022, astronomers at the University of Tokyo reported the discovery of high redshift galaxy HD1. Based on the galaxy's redshift, HD1 is estimated to have formed some 13.787 billion years ago and currently sits at a present proper distance of 33.288 billion light-years from Earth.
So discovering this far-flung galaxy was not a piece of cake. It involved 1,200 hours of observing time, using 4 powerful optical and infrared telescopes.
This makes HD1 one of the oldest and farthest galaxies in our observable universe. And we all know what that means. Whatever has happened in HD1, it would have occurred a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Number 8. 30,000-year-old baby woolly mammoth. For most of us, the last baby woolly mammoth we saw was Peaches in the 3rd installment of the Ice Age series.
That's right, sweetheart. Welcome to the Ice Age.
Unless, of course, you're miner Travis Dalosky, who, while mining for gold, came across a mummified animal in the permafrost of Canada's Yukon Territory.
The miner found a nearly complete mummified baby woolly mammoth.
The animal was later confirmed to be a 30,000-year-old baby woolly mammoth, so well preserved that it still had identifiable toenails, hair, skin, and a trunk. While the find was one of the biggest scientific discoveries of 2022, for Dr. Dan Sugar, a science professor involved in the research, it was, quote, the most exciting scientific thing I have ever been a part of, end quote.
Work is now being done to preserve it and to learn more about it.
Number 7. Human brain cells transplanted into rats.
A breakthrough by researchers at Stanford could provide a new way to study the living human brain, but not necessarily while it's in the human body.
Rats feature in many experiments, surprisingly because of their intelligence and physiological similarities to humans. Those similarities just became even stronger. An article published in Nature in October of 2022 announced that scientists had successfully transplanted human neurons into the brains of newborn rats. Scientists monitored the rats and saw the human cells grow, connect with the rat's brain cells, and actively begin to lead and guide their actions.
And we've discovered that it starts to connect with some of the circuitry of the rat. And so, for instance, it receives input from the thalamus.
Researchers are using these experiments in an attempt to learn more about various disorders, such as autism and schizophrenia.
The Stanford team is careful to say they are not working to create a humanized rat, but rather a platform where they can research diseases, drugs, and therapies that could never be done on a living human.
Number 6. Footprints from the Ice Age. Paleolithic hunter-gatherers are thought to have arrived in North America via a land bridge from Asia, and by between 12,000 and 14,000 years ago had spread out across North and South America. In the summer of 2022, scientists announced the discovery of 88 fossilized footprints in Utah riverbeds dating back 12,000 years. This places the people who left the footprints at the end of the last ice age. Even more significantly, it means that they were in the region over 7,500 years earlier than we had previously thought. These were only the second ever Ice Age human prints found in the United States. The first ones were discovered in 2021. Number 5. The first image of our own galaxy's black hole.
Sagittarius A star was born a waterfall in the fabric of the universe, where space flows faster than light.
In 2019, we got our first image of a black hole, located in the Messier 87 galaxy, 53 million light-years from Earth. Only on May 12, 2022, however, did we get to see the black hole in the center of our own galaxy.
I can present to you the image of Sagittarius star, the black hole at the galactic center.
Astronomers produced the image using the Event Horizon Telescope, and it confirms what they had already believed, that the object Sagittarius A star at the heart of the Milky Way is a supermassive black hole.
And we've been able to measure its mass. It is around 4 million times the mass of our sun.
It shows the light that's bent by gravity around the black hole that our solar system is spinning around with many others. Number 4. Can we knock an asteroid off its orbit?
The DART mission is a very difficult mission because we are trying to do something that hasn't been done before.
There are 2 ways to stop a large asteroid from hitting Earth and causing a mass extinction event. The most obvious is, of course, to find a team of deep core drillers, train them to be astronauts, and send them to plant a nuclear bomb inside. But if they aren't available, there's another way to save the planet. In September, NASA executed their Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, smashing a small spacecraft into Dimorphos, the minor planet moon of the asteroid Didymos, altering its orbit.
We are trying to hit an asteroid 163 meters wide, which is about the size of the Washington Monument, while flying at 6 kilometers per second.
As the mission's system engineer put it, quote, "Our first planetary defense test was a success," end quote.
All right. We got it? Waiting.
Number 3. A lot of CO2.
As the amount of carbon dioxide increases, the planet keeps warming, leading to effects like increased flooding, more extreme heat, drought, and worsening wildfires.
The Earth has a natural climate cycle, but this isn't it. The planet is warming in a rate not seen in at least 10,000 years. The sudden increase corresponds to industrialization, which has released an estimated 1.5 trillion tons of CO2 into the atmosphere, trapping heat. In 2022, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration reported that there is now 50% more carbon dioxide in our atmosphere than in pre-industrial times, an amount not seen since the Pliocene climactic optimum over 4 million years ago.
The concentration of CO2 reached nearly 421 parts per million in May as power plants, vehicles, farms, and other sources around the world continue to pump vast amounts of the gas into the atmosphere.
We're seeing the effects in places like Greenland, where scientists have reported that warmer ocean waters are causing the territory to lose 250 billion metric tons of ice yearly.
Researchers say melting ice here will inevitably lead to major rises in sea levels.
Number 2. The structure of everything. Acquired by Google in 2014, DeepMind is a British AI company and research lab. You might remember them as the company who created the AlphaGo program that defeated one of the best professional Go players in the world in 2016.
Game kind of turned on its axis.
Well, look at his face. That is not a confident face.
While impressive, that's nothing compared to what their AlphaFold program has done. Protein folding is essentially the prediction of protein structures using the sequence of its amino acids. And yes, it's as complicated as it sounds. But in July of 2022, DeepMind let it be known that AlphaFold had derived the structures of over 200 million proteins.
AlphaFold's predictions could enable progress in all sorts of areas. Imagine a future where we can understand diseases more quickly and develop drugs to fight them.
If you think that sounds like a lot, it is. In fact, it's pretty much every protein that we know of.
There's a lot more work to be done. But unlocking the shapes of these building blocks could help scientists better understand the natural world.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into Settings and switch on your notifications. Number 1. A detailed view of the distant universe. Just 7 months after the James Webb Telescope was launched into space, the first images were released, and they were amazing.
Every image is a new discovery, and each will give humanity a view of the universe that we've never seen before.
The telescope revealed new details in known structures such as the pillars of creation. It also peered deep into the cosmos, presenting the highest resolution image of the early universe ever taken. The images allowed scientists to view galaxies over 13 billion years old.
And, you know, it's really, there's so much detail here. We're seeing these galaxies in a way that we've never been able to see before.
Including what may be the earliest and most distant galaxy ever observed, Sears 93316. It also detected water in the spectrum of one of the gas giant exoplanets, WASP 96b, and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere of another, WASP 39b. The first confirmed detection of carbon dioxide on a planet outside our solar system. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.